Now I'll verify that we have georeplication set up by connecting to my secondary server, so Toystore SQL US, with the SQL admin and the secure password. Now I might get prompted for a firewall rule here. It says I'm not signed in, so I'm going to sign in and I'm going to add my IP address. So it adds a firewall rule for me, and then I can connect in, and then eventually I'll see my database in Object Explorer. And you can see I've got the Toystore database, and I should be able to run some queries from here. So if I do select start, if I can spell, select start from, and then we're just going to pick a table just to run a quick test, we get results back. I'm able to read data from my secondary. So whilst I'm still connected to my new secondary, I will try and run an update against the people table. I'm going to attempt to change the name, the full name of person ID 2 to getting. And if I run this now, it gives me an error. Failed to update the Toystore database because it's read only, just as we suspected. And that's the behavior we'd expect to see here. So if we run the same update on our primary server, so you can see there we're on Toystore SQL, and I run my update statement, I get one row affected, and then I return to my connection on my secondary server. So I'll just execute the select at server name there. You can see I'm connected to Toystore SQL US, and if I run my select now, we can see that person ID 2 as full name has been changed to Gethin, and we can see there how quickly the data was replicated between the Western European version of the database and the Western Central US copy of the same database. The next thing we're going to do is perform a manual failover. So in the Toystore georeplication blade, so I've returned to the portal, I've gone to my Toystore database, and I've clicked on georeplication, and it's opened up the georeplication blade. We can see we've got the primary and secondary servers. Now we're going to click the ellipsis, these three dots here, and you can see we get a few options: pin to the dashboard, force a failover, or stop replication. This is next to the secondary server. I'm going to click on forced failover, and then on the message that pops up there, it gives us a bit of information about our forced failover. It's going to switch the Toystore SQL US Toystore to be the primary, and the old database will automatically become the secondary if it's online. All tabular data stream sessions will be disconnected. The operation may cause data loss. Are you sure you want to proceed? I am going to click yes on this option. So just click yes there, and then the failover request has been submitted, and it will then be initiated. Now we can monitor the failover. If we look at the blade, we can see we've got the dotted lines coming back. That's denoting a failover. Once it has completed, the blue lines will change, the dotted blue lines will change to a solid blue line. And you can see there now, the blue line has become solid. The blue tick is now in the US West region, or West Central region, and the secondary is in Europe. If I return to what would be my secondary server, click on execute, get my results back. Now this secondary is the US server, so if I change this to Gethin Ellis and run the update, whereas it failed previously, it should complete this time, which it does. And then if I return to my European server, my Toystore SQL, and then try and run the same update, it should fail. And if we run the select statement on the secondary, the data should have replicated to the new secondary. There we go. Toystore SQL, the update has been replicated across.